Okay, we're going to open the meeting, and we're going to invite the Orangetown Police Honor Guard to present the colors.
Present arms.
Okay, we're going to invite up Teresa Hardy Adamitz to say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Just so everyone knows, Teresa is the Ladies AOH President-elect. Congratulations. Next, we're going to have the Star Spangled Banner sang by the St. Charles AME Zion Church Choir.
I'm not a choir. I am a representative of the choir. My name is Danelle Green, and I'm honored to do this evening. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Next, we're going to invite up for the invocation Reverend Monsignor Emmett Nevin from the pastor at St. Anne's Church in Pearl River.
Ready, rest.
Let us pray. Most gracious God, from whom all power comes, we ask your presence among us this evening as we gather as a grateful people who enjoy the many blessings you have bestowed upon our nation. As we contemplate our civil liberties and freedoms, we pause in a special way to celebrate our right to vote, to elect worthy men and women to represent us in public office, and to make decisions and take actions which are in our own best interests. We gather this evening as a people of diversity, coming from many ethnic, religious, and cultural backgrounds, yet we profess to be one nation, trusting in your continued strength and guidance as we strive to do our best to meet the needs of all of our brothers and sisters, especially those who number among the most vulnerable in our community. In a special way, we ask your continued blessings and protection upon our uniformed emergency responders and upon all of our brave servicemen and women who serve both at home and abroad, especially those in our military whose service may place them in harm's way. Finally, bless all who serve in elected office, be their helper and their guide, and inspire them as they daily perform their service to the people who elected them. May they be filled with wisdom, dedication, determination, and integrity as they give of their time and talent. Help them to be just and upright in their thinking, honest in all their actions, and to work tirelessly to ensure the health, safety, and well-being of all the individuals and families who live in our beautiful community of Orangetown. We ask this in your holy name. Amen.
Okay, we're going to ask the Honorable Rich Finning to administer the oath to Rosanna Sprague. Okay, you can sit down. Thank God.
I, Rosanna Sprague, do solemnly swear to support the Constitution of the United States of America,
To support the Constitution of the United States of America.
to support the Constitution of the State of New York,
To support the Constitution of the State of New York.
and to faithfully discharge my duties as town clerk
To faithfully discharge my duties as town clerk.
to the best of my
To the
abilities.
best of my ability.
Congratulations.
I, Teresa Kenny,
I, Teresa Kenny,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the duties of supervisor, town of Orangetown,
the duties of supervisor, Town of Orangetown,
county of Rockland,
County of Rockland,
state of New York,
State of New York,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability. Oh, God, you give me more people?
I was about my family.
I, Paul Valentine,
I, Paul Valentine,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
I will support the Constitution of the United States
I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of Town Councilman,
the duties of Town Councilman,
Town of Orangetown,
Town of Orangetown,
County of Rockland,
County of Rockland,
State of New York,
State of New York,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
Hey.
What about Pat Loftus? Oh, I think, oh,
Let's say,
Okay,
Jerry
hello.
Vitale before Jimmy.
okay. Let him do it now. She has to go back and do Pat. We'll do it after. Before Pat.
Chief Assistant District Attorney.
I, James J. Dean,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the office, the duties of the office
duties of the office
of the Town of Orangetown,
Town of Orangetown
Superintendent of Highways,
Superintendent of Highways,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability. Thank you.
Jerry Batari is ill and will not be here tonight, so we're just going to move on to have Judge Loftus swear in.
Patrick Loftus,
I, Patrick Loftus,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of Town Justice,
the duties of Town Justice
Town of Orangetown,
for the Town of Orangetown,
the County of Rockland,
County of Rockland,
State of New York,
State of New York,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my abilities.
Okay. Okay, yeah, yeah. Okay. Now we're going to ask the color guard to retire.
Detail. Hold on. Like, peace. Forward, march.
Okay. We have the Rockland County AOH Pipe Band. want to start by just acknowledging some dignitaries that are here. Is that Esther already? I want to start by acknowledging Tom Kleiner, a former town supervisor, and I will say he was a gentleman throughout the campaign, so welcome, Tom. Okay. We have Sheriff Lou Falco in the back of the room back there. We have former receiver of taxes Bob Simon. We have County Legislature, brand new Jim Foley and John McGowan, and then we have Vince Tyre here. Thank you for coming. Chief Donald Butterworth. Under Sheriff Mary, Esther, please. Under Sheriff Mary Barbera. Former Councilwoman Eileen Larkin. Patrick Frawley, Chief Assistant District Attorney. And Nick Whalen, our PBA president, back in the back of the room. So I want to welcome everybody to the 2020 reorganization meeting of the town of Orangetown, a town rich in history, which is being made even more history tonight by swearing into the first woman town supervisor in the 221-year history of Rockland County. When I started to prepare my remarks for tonight, I planned to mention this at the very end, but I moved it to the beginning because I know there's so many people that this was important to them, and it was made a big deal in the media. But as much as it is an honor, and it is a huge honor, it is not how I want my tenure supervisor to be defined. I'm an attorney that worked for the town part-time for 23 years. I'm with 4 town supervisors. I'm an experienced real estate attorney. I'm an active member of the community. I'm a mother, a wife, a sister, a daughter, a neighbor, and a friend. That is who Orangetown elected to be the next town supervisor. With that said, I want to thank the people of the town of Orangetown for trusting me to be their next town supervisor. It is an honor and a privilege, and I'm excited by both the opportunities and the challenges ahead. As promised during the campaign, my administration will work tirelessly every day to move Orangetown in the right direction. I want to start by thanking former town supervisor Chris Day for his leadership and strong support for my candidacy. Chris accomplished a lot during his term and started some really exciting projects, including the new town hall and community center, which are both in final design stages. I look forward to picking up where he left off on these and other initiatives and seeing them through to completion. On a personal note, I want to say that I enjoyed working with Chris Day these last 2 years. I wish him and his family the best and hope that one day he returns to public office. I look forward to working with the members of the town board, Councilmen Troy, Divinity, Valentine, and Batari, as well as our town clerk, Rosanna Sfraga, our highway superintendent, Jim Dean, town justices, Pat Lovis and Rich Finning, and all the town department heads, as well as the CSEA and PBA leadership. I will say there's one thing bittersweet about winning the election, is that I will miss working in the town attorney's office, an office which I've had the pleasure of working in for over 23 years with some of the most professional people that I've ever known, both support staff and attorneys. I want to thank Rob Magrino, Dennis Michaels, Denise Sullivan, Rick Picola, Barbara Gianta, Mary Ferrara, and Barbara Derdzinski for their friendship and unwavering support during the campaign. I also want to take this opportunity to congratulate Barbara Gianta on her move to the Rockland County District Attorney's Office. It is a loss for the town, but a gain for the people of Rockland, and to Barbara Derdzinski on her recent semi-retirement. We are fortunate to have a great team, a team that is dedicated to serving our community, and I look forward to working with them over the next 2 years. I also want to quickly thank my campaign team. Without their hard work and support, I would not have been successful this past November. I will always be grateful for their confidence in me, and just think we get to do it all over again in another year or so. And finally, I want to thank my family for their support and encouragement over the last 9 months. It was truly special that my 93-year-old father, a retired police officer and World War II veteran, and my 82-year-old mother, the strongest woman I know, were able to vote for me in November. Along with my sisters, Joanne Hodges and Marie Walmsley, and my sister-in-law, Josephine Patton, who were out there every day campaigning for me. My family gave me the strength I needed to go out, knock on doors, and stand at ShopRite, and attend lots of events around town. But I especially want to thank my husband, Larry, and our 2 children, Caitlin and Brendan. I could never have stepped forward and run for public office without your love and support. Thank you. 9 months ago, when I was asked to run for town supervisor, it was a difficult decision and one that I did not make lightly. But I decided to run for 2 reasons. First, I believe the town had made significant progress over the last few years, and I did not want to see the town go backwards. And second, I believe that my professional experience gave me something to offer. So as we embark on a new chapter in Orangetown, I will use this experience to focus our attention on the issues that matter most. Together with the town board, we will continue to protect taxpayers by budgeting responsibly. In the coming weeks, I'll be working with our department heads to evaluate the needs of each department and ensure that we continue to find savings and efficiencies while ensuring that we have personal resources necessary to best serve the town residents. In addition, we'll work with our state representatives to fight for mandate relief, additional AIM funding, and a change to the school aid formula, which has continually shortchanged our school districts, causing property taxes to rise. We will focus on innovative ways to grow our economy by revitalizing our downtown, and we'll work with the state to redevelop RPC. In addition, we will proactively recruit businesses to come to Orangetown, to the Pfizer property, Blue Hill Plaza, and the Route 303 corridor. Economic development will be a major priority of my administration as we seek to bring in new, clean tax rateables and continue on the progress of the town board in bringing in companies like Chase and Bloomberg. In addition, we will stop irresponsible development. As I stated during the campaign, this is the most pressing issue throughout Rockland County, and I will use my experience as a local real estate attorney to work with the town board to craft and implement laws designed to address these concerns. The town board has made significant progress by passing laws and taking actions, such as increasing fines for town code violators and hiring additional code enforcement officer. However, there is more to be done. Together, we will update the town's woefully outdated comprehensive plan, which hasn't been updated since 2003, and review and strengthen our zoning laws and town code. We'll establish a land trust to purchase under-threat properties like the HNA property in Palisades and Nyack College. We'll continue to judiciously use the PAC, the Planned Adult Community Zone, to allow seniors to stay in the town and to look for other housing options in and around our downtown districts for our young residents to move until they are ready to buy a home in the town. All of these initiatives, community engagement is critical, and we will work transparently and with input from residents to ensure that we do what is in the best interest of the town. Finally, we will safeguard our environment by protecting our water and air quality, preserving open space, investing in our sewer infrastructure, and promoting recycling. As supervisor, I will work with elected officials throughout our town and county, including the river villages, community leaders, and residents to continue the good work of the town board and tackle these issues head-on in a bipartisan way, as I have done the last 23 years in the town attorney's office. I'm excited to get to work, and once again, I'm grateful to the people of Orangetown for the opportunity. Thank you.
I'm just calling an audible really quickly. On behalf of your team, we wanted to do something to recognize the historical significance of your victory this past November. And so we put together a commemorative picture frame with the results of the election and some of the news articles. So we wanted to present that to you in honor of your victory. So congratulations. So we'll show it.
Who's involved, but thank you, whoever was involved. Okay. Oh, yeah, because we're going to do appointments now. This is the supervisor appointments. I'm going to be appointing Jeffrey Benchik as my finance director, Allison Carden as my confidential assistant to the supervisor, Michael Lawler, deputy supervisor, and Mary Cardenas, town historian. And now I'd like to... And if I could call up Rabbi Daniel Pernick of Bethlehem Temple for the benediction. Oh, I'm sorry, we have town board's comments. I'm sorry. Any comments? No? Anyone, any comments?
Happy New Year. Thanks for coming out tonight. Congratulations to Paul, Teresa, Pat, Jim Foley, Barbara Gianta, and Pat Froley working at the DA's office for the town of Orangetown. That's great. Who else ran? Rosanna and Jim Dean. Jim's been here forever. Half of the audience is Jim's relatives tonight. And especially congratulations, Teresa. When she told me she was doing this, I told her she was crazy.
And you were right.
Teresa has very successful practice, and she's giving up a lot to help Orangetown. But she's been here for 20 years, so she knows exactly what she's getting into. But I'll tell you, the easy part is running for office. The hard part is actually leading and making the hard decisions. But you've been here for a while, so you know what those hard decisions are. And I think you'll do a great job. And the only other thing I'm going to say is the New York State reforms for criminal justice have gone through. The state of New York, the county of Rockland, the town of Orangetown are in way worse position than they were in December of 2019. There will be a lot of bad people who do a lot of bad things getting out of jail and being able to find out who their witnesses are and find out where the victim of their crimes are. And it's a disgrace. And the elected officials in Albany have betrayed the town of Orangetown by voting for this. And you guys should remember this. When you witness or something happens to you, the people that did it to you are going to be able to get out unless it's a violent crime, and they're going to be looking for you. And you can thank the people who are in Albany for that. Thank God we have Barbara Gianta and Pat going to be helping out. Pat is the first, he's the chief assistant district attorney. He's the #1 guy. Barbara is the second in command, and hopefully they can right some of the wrongs that the people in Albany have done to this town. Thank you.
First, I'd like to thank the town of Orangetown for standing behind me in my reelection bid. I do work hard for this town. I love this town. It's evident by seeing my kids and my grandkids, who all live within a mile radius of my house, that my entire family loves Orangetown. And we put our heart and soul into it. I work here, I live here, I play here. I'm happy to be a resident of Orangetown, and I'm really proud to serve on this board. I'm looking forward to working with Teresa. We've worked together in the past since I've been on the board in her role as town attorney, and I'm looking forward to her being our town supervisor. The town is heading in the right direction. The town has been heading in the right direction for a couple of years. When you look around the rest of Rockland County, you can feel sure that you live in the best town in Rockland County. And that's because of the hard work of the people who are on this board, the town employees who work for this town, the Orangetown Police Department. Everybody who is part of this town just loves it so much they put their heart and soul into it. And that's why we live in a great town, because it's a collective working of all of the people working together to make this the great place that it is. So I'm honored to serve you all as your town councilman.
It's been my privilege to serve the people of Orangetown for the last 25 years, 4 in the legislature and the last 21 plus here in the town board. Paul, I think, hit a lot of the notes that I usually talk about, the best town. There's no doubt about that. My family is also here, like Paul's, all my married children here, my grandchildren here, 3 different schools that are in the Orangetown municipality. I've always said, when I moved to Orangetown, and I moved from the Bronx up to Dutchess County, and I moved Dutchess County down here, I hit an oasis. It's a great town. And it's a great town because of the leadership in the town. And that's been all along the line. But I can personally say, my time here on the town board, this town board works together the best. We don't necessarily agree on everything all the time. But in terms of working together for the people of town, this town board definitely does that. Teresa has done that all along the line as a town attorney. She'll continue to do that as the next supervisor. The town is very fortunate to have Teresa Kenny as the supervisor of this town. I look forward to work with Teresa and the rest of the members of the board. Thank you.
Okay, now we're going to call up Rabbi Pernick. Thank you.
Well, I guess I should invite everybody to, if you're able to please stand. Let me wish you a Happy New Year. So tonight, we have witnessed some of the best that the town of Orangetown has to offer. We've heard words of hope and inspiring music. We've paid tribute to and been led by law enforcement and public servants. We have welcomed our new town supervisor. We are filled with hope for the future, here in the town whose seal proclaims Orangetown to be rich in history. One day, all of us here will be a part of that history. What will be said about us by those in the future is a chapter yet to be written. Yet in the past, we have seen the power of hateful words, both locally and beyond, to establish a fertile environment for violent acts. The words of our leaders and our citizens, both publicly and privately, establish the roots from which our actions blossom. Our town is made up of Republicans, Democrats, and independents, people of various religious faiths and no religious faith. In the 10 months until Election Day, we are destined to be bombarded with divisive words at every turn. May we all have the discipline to remember the power of words. They both hurt and heal. Words can bring out the best in people, just as words can bring out the worst in people. As we depart tonight, may our leaders resolve to lead by example, speaking to others with respect, even when they disagree. May they, and may we all, act in ways which inspire all of the citizens of Orangetown to bring blessing to the present and which merit respect and honor from the future. Amen.
I know, I was saying that. He didn't come out, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure, come on. Yeah, Jim wants it to be.
Thank you. I'm sorry I missed my cue before and didn't get up sooner, but I'm Jim Dean. I'm the superintendent of highways, and I want to thank everybody for coming here tonight. I think this is a celebration of really good things that have been happening and going to continue to happen in Orangetown. I'm excited about being part of this administration and working together with this town board. This is the 12th time that I've run for office, and I really appreciate that the people here in Orangetown have given me the opportunity to keep doing the thing that I love. Also, I realize I get elected because we have a great highway department. The men and women of the Orangetown Highway Department are dedicated, hardworking people that come to work every single day, do the best that they can, and I get the benefit of it as being recognized as the head of that department. So I really do want to show my appreciation to them. Also, the town board has been instrumental in the success that we've had. We have a very successful department. We're recognized nationally for the work that we do. And a lot of that is because the town board understands what the residents of Orangetown are asking for when I become the advocate for highway issues. And they've supported us and they've allowed us to do the things that makes this a great community from our point of view. But I didn't get here without my family. We all know that. We made a reference about how many of my family members are here. Fortunately, I have 3 married daughters, 13 grandchildren, 8 great-grandchildren, and 1 on the way. And the significance of the team that held the Bible for me and read the oath for me today was that Ryan Bosco is my number 12 grandson, and he held the Bible, as did 11 other ones, the year they were able to vote for me. That's really special for me. And his younger brother, Brendan, who's 13, decided to help out because who knows if I'm going to make it much longer. But I really do appreciate it, and thank you for the extra time, spending the time. Orangetown's a great place, and I'm really excited to be part of what's going on here. Thank you. And my wife, Dottie, who we've been together for 59 years. I've worked in the highway department 62 years. That's the only thing I've done longer than love her. So thank you for all your help.
I will be brief also. I just wanted to thank everyone who worked on the campaign this year. It really was a great collective effort, and in particular this year, one that got Teresa elected as supervisor. So I wanted to add special congratulations to Teresa. I want to thank my family, in particular my wife Ellen, my 3 daughters. It's hard on them when you're out almost every night in a campaign season, but they are very understanding. I do want to thank the people, all the people of Orangetown, for all the support they've shown me in electing me to my 3rd term now as town justice. I'll just close by saying that Councilman Divany mentioned that there have been significant changes in the criminal justice system in the state of New York as of January 1 of this year. The good news is, as Councilman Divany mentioned, we are fortunate in this town, in this county, that the quality of people we have in the district attorney's office, the quality of the law enforcement personnel we have here in the Orangetown Police Department is truly spectacular. And I'm saying that having witnessed it firsthand now for 30-something years, being in the criminal justice system. And I would just add that me, together with my fellow judge here in Orangetown, Richard Finning, can assure you that the Justice Department here in Orangetown will do everything that is necessary to make sure everyone is treated appropriately and fairly when they're in front of the courts. Thank you. Have a great night.
Okay, so now we have America the Beautiful. I don't know, we have it here as the church choir, but I'm guessing that's not the case. Oh! Okay, she said before she wasn't. Yep. You're not gonna let that thing get loose, huh? I think so, yeah.
When you think, just think the whole name, St. Charles.
Because that one was, they were supposed to.
No, I know that.
Okay.
Right here, Spark Hill.
Oh
So I want to thank you. That was the St. Charles AME Zion Church Choir from Spark Hill, New York. Beautiful. Thank you. I'm not saying it now. Okay. Now we're going to take a short recess. There's refreshments. We can all go outside for a few minutes, and then we're going to come back and do some town business. So thank you for coming.
Re-enter the regular town board meeting.
Do we have a second? Okay.
I second it.
Oh, okay. All in favor? Okay, aye. Okay. Okay, so the first item is upon the recommendation of the Town Finance Department. It's the official undertaking for elected and appointed officials. Do I have to read it? No. No. Oh, God, I'm gonna call to. Okay,
I'd like to make a motion on that.
okay. Do I have a second?
Yeah, I'll second.
Okay.
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, number two, do I have, it's resolved to designate people as marriage officers effective January 2020 through December 31st, 2020 at no salary. Do I have a motion?
Moved.
Okay, do I have a second?
I second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, I think we need a roll call on this one, but anyway. So this.
You don't need a phone, just vote no.
Oh, okay. We have the official newspaper, resolved the town board hereby designates the Journal News as the official newspaper of the town pursuant to New York State Law, Section 6411, and the Journal News and the Rockland County Times for additional notices as the board may determine necessary or advisable on a case-by-case basis. Do I have a motion?
I'll make it.
Okay. A second?
I'll second it.
Okay. All in favor?
No,
Aye.
Okay.
How about us?
I said?
No.
I said roll call. He said no. He said he just said no.
Do a roll call.
Okay, do a roll call.
Okay. Roll call.
Yeah, number 3.
I'll start with this. I'm voting for this. I'm voting for this to make the Journal News the official newspaper of the town. It pains me to do that because the Journal News is devoid of any really Rockland news. It's a horrible newspaper, but it's a Gannett newspaper. It is the largest newspaper here in the county. Journalism is absent in Rockland County. The Our Town newspaper has been a major disappointment. Hopefully in 2020, they shape up and they actually start reporting real news here in Orangetown. As far as the Rockland County Times, can't have anything good to say about it. I won't say anything about it. So, but I'm voting for the resolution.
Mr. Rosanna, oh.
Next.
Tom Tiffany,
I'm voting against the resolution.
Paul Valentine,
Yes.
Teresa Kennedy.
Yes. Okay, the next item we have is to designate the banks as the depositories for the town of Orangetown. We have JP Morgan Chase, Key Bank, TD Bank, Sterling National, and Connect One. Do I have a motion?
Moved.
A second? Okay. All in
I'll
favor?
second it, yeah.
Aye.
Aye.
Number 5, that resolved that the following banks are designated as the banking depository for the town clerk for the collection of taxes, JP Morgan Chase and Sterling National. Do I have a, do I have a second?
Second.
He did. Tom made it. Oh.
Dennis
Dennis
seconded.
seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Number 6, reappoint the Register of Vital Statistics, Rosanna Sfraga. Resolve that Rosanna Sfraga, Town Clerk, is hereby reappointed Register of Vital Statistics, effective January 1, 2020 through December 31st, 2020. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion.
Okay. Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Reappoint Records Manager Officer. Resolve that Rosanna Strago, Town Clerk, is hereby appointed Records Management Officer. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
reappoint Records Access Officer, Department Head. So resolved that the Town Board reappoints each department head as a Records Access Officer for their department records effective January 1, 2020 through December 31, 2020. Do I have a motion? A second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, reappoint Teresa Aceta Pugh, Rima Del Vecchio as Deputy Registrars of Vital Statistics are appointed. Can I have a motion?
Moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Resolve the Town Board hereby recognizes and reaffirms the reappointment of Joseph Thomason by the Town Clerk to the position of First Deputy Town Clerk Collector. Do I have a motion?
I'll make that. And Joe has been a great addition in the town clerk's office, and I gladly make that motion.
Okay. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, the next one's on the recommendation of the town attorney, and it's resolved that the provisions of Section 18 of the Public Officers Law concerning defense and indemnification shall apply to the officers and employees of the town of Orangetown who are named defendants in any action arising out of the proper performance of duties to the fullest extent permissible by law, including but not limited to punitive damages, and the benefits of Section 18 shall extend to all such employees. And be it further resolved that all necessary and reasonable costs for providing this benefit shall be a proper town charge. Can I get a motion? Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Number 12, authorize the town attorney to institute and defend actions. Resolved that for the year 2020, the town board hereby authorizes the town attorney to take all necessary steps to institute actions on behalf of or defend any proceedings brought against the town of Orangetown, its agencies, and employees. And be it further resolved that this resolution is hereby made retroactive January 1st, 2020. Can I get a motion?
I make a motion.
Get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Appoint Robert Magrino, Town Attorney, effective January 1, 2020. Resolved that pursuant to the provisions of Town Law 20 and Town Law 24, the Town Board hereby reappoints Robert Magrino as Town Attorney effective January 1, 2020 through December 31st, 2021. Can I get a motion?
Gladly make that motion.
Second?
I'll second it.
All in favor? I was going to bust first, and then I was like, oh. He beat me to it. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. The next one is appoint Brittany Pantane Cordero as a Deputy Town Attorney. Oh, let me try that again. Deputy Town Attorney, effective January 13, 2020. Brittany's here. I want to...
She was here.
Right there. There she is.
Oh, she's right in front of you.
I just want to say that I sat in on the interviews with Brittany, and I was very impressed. I think she's going to be a great asset to the town attorney's office, and I welcome working with her, so welcome. Anybody else want to say?
No, I'll second it.
Okay. So I moved it. Did you second it? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Congratulations. Adopt procurement policy for 2020. Basically, the general municipal law requires the governing body of every municipality to adopt internal policies and procedures governing all procurement of goods and services, not subject to the bidding requirements of general municipal law, section 103, or any other law. So, moved, second?
I'll second.
Dennis Troy, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Adopt the travel and conference policy. You want me to read this? Okay. It's on, it is available online and on the table if anybody wants to read it. Okay, that was moved by Tom Divany. Was there a second?
Yeah, I'll second.
Dennis Troy, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Resolution to accept grant from New York State EFC for telemetry upgrades to the Orangetown wastewater treatment plant. I don't know if anybody has any questions. Is Eamon here?
No, that's good.
No? No questions? Okay, basically, we're getting a grant. We need to get the papers in no later than January 17th. It's a $96,000 grant, so can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Okay. Get a second?
I'll second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, 18, this one is another one we may have to call Jeff up if there's any questions. It's, no questions?
No, we're just setting the...
Set the public, yeah, so we're setting the public hearing date for the facilities in the Orangetown Sewer District in the town of Orangetown for regular town board meeting of January 28th, 2020, 8 p.m. Do I have a motion?
Moved.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so the next one is to amend the town. Oh, we have to take a roll call on that one? Okay.
Bonds, yeah.
Votes on the end, too.
Dennis Troy,
Yes.
Tom Tiffany,
Yes.
Paul Valentine,
Yes.
Teresa Kennedy.
Yes. The next motion is to amend the town board calendar just to change the police commission meeting that was scheduled from January 14th to January 28th. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Dennis Troy move, second. Tom Divany, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, then we have the audit. Do we have it? Did he give it to us?
The audit for tonight's meeting consists of 4 warrants for $2.3 million. The first warrant had 208 vouchers for $200,000 and was for Medicare reimbursements. Second warrant had 2 vouchers for $6,400, was for postage in a senior club event. The third warrant had 234 vouchers for $1.9 million. These are 2019 items. Items of interest: H2M Architects, $142,000 for the Orangetown Community Center project. Number 6, Helmkey, $15,000 for OHA snow removal. Department of Civil Services, $755,000 for healthcare benefits. Seal Coat, $50,000 for highway repairs. The Comptroller, $40,000 for justice fines. Tilcon, $481,000 for highway materials. Tomco Construction, $175,000 for the Homes for Heroes project. And Triple C Glass, $31,000 for ballistic window installation at the town clerk's office. And then the fourth warrant had 40 vouchers for $161,000 and was for utilities. Any questions on the audit?
No.
Move down the audit.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so we have some adjournments. I'll read them out, and then I go if anybody wants to say anything about any particular person. So the town board is adjourning in memory of Leonard Feraldi. He's the father of town employee Chris Feraldi and the former alternate member of the town zoning board of appeals. Patrick Murray, family member of Mary Rose Murray of Goshen, New York. Kurt Ott, resident of Pearl River and former manager of the Noble Ninth German Masonic Park in Tapan. Edward Peterson, father of town employee Kate Morrison and grandfather of town employee Caitlin Morrison from the assessor's office. Frank Ripper, president of the Pearl River, what was he, Scott, what is it? I don't have it on mine.
President of Pearl River.
Okay.
And then you
The
got
Rotary, okay.
Teresa also.
And then Teresa O'Sullivan, yeah, I have my own mine here is old. And what do we have on her?
Teresa O'Sullivan.
Resident of Louisville.
President of Ballville. Okay, does anybody want to say anything about anybody?
Well, I'd just like to say something quick about Len Feroldi. Len Feroldi was a very dear friend of mine. He was a pillar in the community of Blauvelt. As far as with the Lions Club, if it wasn't for Len Feroldi, there wouldn't be a Lions Park. He was known around St. Catherine's for being the backbone of the church and keeping the place running and up and running. He was sort of in charge of everything. He was one of those worker bees that never looked for recognition, but he was always volunteering and helping everybody in the community. Lenny will be severely missed by many and anybody who knew him.
Kurt Ott, the former manager of the Noble Ninth, the German Masonic Temple, the park. He was a guy you could always go to if there were problems, with somebody trying to get into the park or use the park. And to me, he was just he's a resident of Pearl River, just a very, very good man, and he's a real loss. He's a loss to the town because he was our main point of contact, with the Masons. And he just always did what was right by the community. Frank Ripper, I'd say the same thing about in terms of the Rotary, the Pearl River Rotary. Just a very, very good man. I've known him through the years I've been in politics, but I knew him as a very active member of the community. Patrick Murray was a cousin of my wife's, Down syndrome, a longtime resident of Venture, who just passed away. And I guess the good news is with Down syndrome, like going back years ago, I had a cousin. He lived till he was in his 50s, which was unusual at that time. But because of places like Venture, Joanio, ARC, the treatment of the disabled is far better in the year 2020 than it was way back, when I was a young person. So, it's I was at, matter of fact, I was at Patrick Murray's wake yesterday, and it's a thing where he had a good life because of the support in the systems that we have here in our community. Thank you.
Okay. Motion to close?
Just to say, what Dennis didn't mention is he's been around since the War of 1812, so.
Motion to close? Go ahead.
Everybody-
Boys.
I remind you, we won
Okay,
that
make a
war.
motion to
We won
close.
that war. Tom.
Motion to close. Paul, do I have a second? Okay, all in favor, aye.